Bloodwolf Arts Studio. Unleash the artist within.
Welcome to Bloodwolf Arts Studio, and I'm your host, Mr. Moonlight. So today I am reading the next poem in my series, my collection of poetry, The Seasons of Life, Volume 1, Autumn. And this one was written on December 14th, 2011, about 10 days after my last one. And this one is titled First Love, an Ode to Marlene. So the name suggests this was the first time I was actually ever addressing um, a girl I liked uh, a lot, and I wanted to marry her. And as the title states, like she was the first girl that I ever liked, that I ever had a crush on. Went to school together growing up, um, just like head over heels as soon as I saw her. Well, I mean, I guess not really as soon as I saw her, because we knew each other from like younger grades, but obviously, like when I was like, I think when I was like 9 or 10, um, because we ended up like splitting up um because I was skipping grades when I was in grade school. I was skipping grades because the work wasn't challenging enough for me, and so they moved me around a couple times to find to get me up to speed with how easily I seemed to work through my schoolwork. Um, and then things finally caught up, and I think if I remember right, they merged a couple of grades together, and that's how we ended up we wound up being in the same class again a few years later. And that was when I started developing feelings for her. And uh, first crush, first love. Um, I mean, well, it wasn't alike. I remember she was beautiful. She was really smart. She was funny. Um, I mean, it's like, what's not to love? And feelings seemed like they were mutual, at least friendliness, I suppose, because I didn't really associate with her a whole lot. Um, she lived clear across the farm on the other side of the farm, whole other family. And then their whole family moved away to the other farm that we had, and then the other farm was something like an hour or two away. And so it's like, well, um, yeah, hardly ever saw her anymore. Um, and I did mention this a little bit in one of my earlier poems. Yeah, in an earlier poem, the one titled "A Journey of the Heart." This is referring to her. Um, and I felt like I was quite bold for putting her name in the title when I wrote this because again, I was like terrified that someone was going to read my poetry, someone's going to read my journals or something, and I'm like, nobody can know this. I don't know. Kept everything really close to my chest. Didn't really talk about my feelings or whatever. I mean, didn't really feel like I could, honestly, and that just really stuck. And it's interesting, even just reflecting on this poem, because as I read it now, it to me it still reads kind of like a prayer, um, because praying for direction and for a girl to get her direction in the DCCS was always like basically like something to the effect of God, you know, let me know if I'm the guy for her, if I'm the person, but then ultimately being like, well, whatever, God knows best. And so I want her to marry the person that she's supposed to marry. And in the DCCS, they refer to it as like you come forward as a choice. A guy will present himself as a choice. And so a girl usually has a whole bunch of choices, a whole bunch of guys that present themselves, and then she has to choose. And and there's a term called the one choice, like what we refer to as the one true choice or the number one choice. I think that was the one, the number one choice, because it's like a girl had their choice, and so they could technically marry someone who wasn't the best fit because they had their quote unquote agency. And so the prayer was always, God help her to marry her number one choice, and basically, thy will be done. And so as I reflect on reading this one, it really reads like a prayer because it's almost like I want to say more, but I'm holding myself back because it's like the acknowledgement is like, yeah, I really care about this person. I really love them. I want to marry them. And also, I just want what's best for her. And that was how this read. And I remember this poem came out specifically because, as I mentioned in my last poem, it's like she was getting up there, like she was 19 years old, getting up there in DCCS by DCCS standards. And I was starting to be like concerned because I'm like, I really like her. I really want to marry her. It's like, but I just want the best for her. And with her getting to be 19, it was like any day. It's like she's gonna be married any day. And so things started intensifying. I'm like, man, I hope it's me. I hope it's me. Just like kind of just really wanting to get married to her. Because then I'd have my person and it's like go off in the sunset happily ever after, kind of the way it's portrayed in the DCCS. Um, and so there was a lot of intense feelings coming up of being like, okay, things are getting down to the wire, but then ultimately acknowledging and being like, well, there's a lot of these feelings that don't make sense to me. I don't understand them because emotions are crazy and these are ties. I shouldn't be making ties. And so it's like, and then it's ultimately it's like, well, I just want her to marry who she wants to marry, like the best choice for her, whether it's me or not. And then just acknowledging that. And that's basically how this poem came out. So that's this poem. Remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, Blood Wolf Arts Studio. You can follow me on TikTok as Mr. Moonlight Rhyme. That's my handle across all my platforms. You can find a link to the books you can purchase them from on Amazon in the description down below. And so stay tuned for the poem coming up. And thank you for tuning in and welcome to my side of the moon.
First Love, an ode to Marlene by Aaron Brown. Thoughts now flood across my mind, which try to say my feel, to explain my love so blind and its strange appeal. I've only known you for a season, yet it feels not so, bending all my sense and reason, a crippling fatal blow that knocks my heart into defeat at mere mention of your name. When faces meet, minds on retreat, the result is all the same. I might say my love for you exceeds time and space, yet one thing I know is true: you have your one true place. A place so special with no end, it may not be with me. I may just be one of your friends from past eternities, sent to help you in some way and or to help me, that we might both one day say, I'm all that I can be.